Right, so we're back on the River Aire today. As you can see, the water's absolutely lovely. It's a bit of a mad rush, to be honest, to come down. I've only got a couple of hours after work. Only a couple of weeks till the season's finished. It's about the middle of October. I think it's the 12th or something today. Gonna try fly fishing for salmon today with the double-handed rod. This is one of my favourite bits for fly fishing. Haven't fished here much this year. It's at the top of the Entrecon section on this River Aire. So we're going to give it a go and see. I had intended on fishing a sinking tip to my line, but I forgot to bring it. So we're just going to be fishing 2 size 6 salmon flies. One's a kind of alley shrimp sort of thing, and one's a black one. So we'll give it a go and see. So the water's looking great. Don't know whether my flies will get down enough without the sink tip, but oh, I don't care. Just nice to be on the river again fishing. Oh, and it's really rough underfoot. It's all boulders. I haven't really done a huge amount of fly fishing for salmon this year. The water has been a bit high the last couple of weeks. I've mostly been spinning for salmon. I did get one last week. He gross about £5, but they're quite thin on the ground. Well, for me they are. This is one of my favourite places to fly fish, and if you've got a chance, it might be here. It's just whether the flies get down enough. I've got a £9 leader, but it's actually special line that's thinner than normal £9. So it's about the thickness of, say, £6 or £7. So hopefully with the line being thinner, the fly should move better and get down quicker. That's the theory anyway. Whether it looks like that, I don't know. Just nice to be on the water. Perfect fly water, this. Just about 2 feet. Oh, there's a wee pole. I think it's a leaf. Yeah. Right, so the trick to salmon fly fishing is basically always make sure you've got 3 or 4 feet of line in a loop, and then just hold the line very gently so that it's not pulling out. And if you get a fish, most likely, sometimes if you get a take, the fish will pull the line away quite fast. It'll be savage, and if you've got that loop, that gives the fish a chance to turn and then get hooked. And most of the time they'll hook themselves. You just sort of lift into the fish. You never strike when you're fly fishing for salmon because you'll pull the hook out its mouth. I missed a lot of fish the first year because I didn't realise that. I mean, sometimes you get a take and the line will just it'll stop, or it'll just very gently move away, and other times it'll shoot away and it'll be savage. It just depends on the fish. And I mean, I was fishing here before and I had 2 small grills about £5. Nice to catch though. They were both bloody leaf on the line. Come on. Anyway, the 2 smaller fish that I caught, when I was fishing there, the line just sort of gently moved away and then the fish was on. But I got a big one here, about 12 pound 2 years ago, and when that fish took, I mean, it was savage. That's the fly. Alley shrimp, kind of something similar. It's not a fly I tied. It's a gentleman that I got this rod and line off had tied that fly. I normally fish a 5-foot poly leader sink tip thing, but that definitely gets the flies down. And I've fished over 60 times with this setup, never had a fish, not a salmon anyway. And then I was given by one of the fishermen a 5-foot poly leader, and I put that on, and the next twice I was out I caught 3 fish. So whether that's coincidence or whether that's just good luck from the fact he gave me the poly leader, I don't know. But anyway, so it's not always the case, but often in October there's not that many fish about, but the fish that are about are a bit bigger. I've had my 2 biggest fish out the river, a 13.5 pounder and a 12 pounder, and they were both in October. But sadly the back end run in a lot of rivers these days isn't very good. It would have been nice to have been able to fish the river 30-40 years ago, but I suppose that's just how it goes. I mean, there still is a chance. These leaves are a bit annoying now. Not too bad as compared to some days, but oh, there's a fish, and I think it's I hope it's a salmon. Yeah, it's a salmon. Oh, wasn't expecting that. Not bad. Good. don't know if it's a very big one. It seems not too bad. Oh, we got a fish. Look at that. Brilliant. My leader's only £9 though, so if it's a really big one, I've got a problem. I've not seen it. I don't know how big it is, but it doesn't seem too bad. There we go. Brilliant. Definitely pulling back. My reel doesn't make a clicking noise if it goes back, so I don't think it's too bad. It's reasonably heavy. That's not bad. Try and come down here a wee bit because then there's less strain on it. Trying to pull it up through that current is not so good. A bit of weight to it. Definitely a bit of weight to it. Maybe it's bigger than I thought it was. It's hard to tell. Definitely not a grilled. Got a bit of weight to it. Not bad at all, actually. Come on then. Are we going to get it to the net? That's the question. I think it's a cockfish. 7-8 pound, maybe not. See if we can get to see it now. Oh well, that's not bad, is it? That's not quite, maybe, yeah, 8 pound. Hard to tell. I've got scales in the bag, so if we can get it in, maybe not quite that big. Oh, maybe it is. I think it's a cockfish anyway. Yeah, not bad at all. See if we can land it without the fly coming out. No, it's bigger than I thought it is, more like £10. Come on. Oh, if we can get it up, I might be able to net it. I can't, it's too low in the water, I can't see it. See if we can net it in this slack bit here. Quite a lot of power to it. No, don't roll. Oh, come on. Oh, just missed it. And we've got it, and it's bigger than I thought. God, that's a chunk. My God, look at the size of that. That is a chunk. Yeah, that's £10 though, easy. Well, maybe just weigh it first. Still in the net. Right, so the wet net weighs £2. So it's a £9 fish. See it. So there's 11.3. Let's check again. Yeah, £9 fish. Oh well, I'm not going to complain at that. Oh, look at that for a fish. Isn't that a beauty? What a monster. So this has been exciting. They wanted a salmon. They got a £9 on the fly. Can't complain at that at all. I mean, what a beautiful fish. I mean, look at it. It's massive. What a big fish. And it's not going to hang around long. Well, that's it away already. Magic. That's what it's all about. Magic. Love it. On the fly as well. Well, so that was what makes it worth coming down. Above average size of salmon, £9, that'll do. That'll do nicely. And it just shows that you don't need a sinking line either. I mean, I actually saw the take. It came up and it's not under, just a little snap, and that was it. Brilliant. Nice. Exciting stuff. Fuck, I forgot to put my catcher towel in, didn't I? said the water looked good, and that'll be why, because it is good. Perfect salmon water. Let's see if there's another one. Not hold my breath, but quite often you get cock and a hen like a mating pair together, and it has been known you catch one then you catch the other. So, that fish or a leaf? A leaf. Stick. So we're getting October rain. Still quite clear, but it's just raining. Heavy drops. Oh well. So it makes you wonder if that fish was a running fish or whether it was just hanging in the stream. I have a suspicion it was a lone cock, and it was sometimes you get that and they're sort of waiting for females. They do move up the river, but quite slowly, looking for a mate. Leaf. No. Oh well. Yes, leaf. I should really check the fly. You never know, sometimes they get tangled up. Oh, hey. Right, no, that's better. Save the battery in case we're right
you get
on the
another
flight
fish.
path of Prestwick Airport. I mean, not that it's really a problem, but you get a lot of airplanes coming and flying over, making a lot of noise. And I don't really care that much. At least with the two-handed rod you can cast really well and you don't have to try. It takes a wee bit of getting used to, and this is the third year I've been fly fishing with it. The first couple of years was just learning how to get the cast right. It's all about waiting on the line and not being too keen. Just let the line do the work and the rod do the work. Wee fish there. So I've learned something today that's good. You don't need the sink tip. I was told that already, but I hadn't ever really caught many fish without the sink tip. It just goes to show, I mean, if the fish wants to take the fly, it will take the fly. Casting isn't perfect, as you can see, but most of the time we get the fly across the water, and that's the main thing. Certainly a lot better than it used to be. The only problem with fly fishing, see, that's what you got to watch. The flies actually got backwards and tangled, so it's not fishing properly. And the leaf. A lot of leaves coming down now. Right, so I've fished this whole run now. I mean, you can fish it further down, but I'm not convinced it's very good for the fly. It's really deep water and it's moving, and my fly will be near the top. So you might get one, but I'm going to move down to the next pool. There's a nice tail end I can fish now. So this is the next pool we're going to fish. Lots of ducks there, it's about a dozen. Lovely bit of water, as you can see. I had to guess where the fish would be. I would say probably in the bubble line, but I don't know. I've never really caught much out of this pool here. I mean, it looks good, but I've not fished it much, so if you don't spend much time in each place, then you don't often see fish, or, you know, the more time you spend in each pool, the more you get to know it. There was a lot of trout and grayling rising here earlier in the... Oh, that was a pull on the... A definite pull on the fly there. So that's, I don't know if that was a salmon or not. Didn't seem to pull properly though, mate. Just nipping at it. A wee nip there. I think it might be a trout, to be honest. Sometimes that happens. Right, so we didn't catch any fish there. Had a good pull. Whether that was a salmon, that's debatable. As you can see, or you maybe not be able to see, but it's actually getting dark quite quickly. I've only got about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20 at a push of light left. So I'm actually just going to go back to where I caught that last salmon and fish that one more time. So we're kind of coming to the end of today's fishing session. Only really a couple of hours after work, maybe 2.5. But yeah, can't complain. £9 cock salmon. That's made my year, that has actually. On the fly as well. Even more spectacular. So I will probably be out fishing tomorrow again, but I'm not sure what the water's going to be like. This is absolutely perfect for fly fishing. About 2 feet, it's what you want. And that nice peaty colour. So I hope you've enjoyed the video of me catching the salmon today. I'm not sure what the video is like. I'll have to review it before I post it, but hopefully it's come out okay. At least I managed to weigh the fish and get it a picture of it and then get it back in the water. The last one that I caught last week, I managed to flip out my hands. I don't know if you've seen the last video, but it flipped out my hands and I dropped it and it was away. And I was going to put it back anyway, but just wanted to weigh it, and then you get the video of it being put back, so it had jumped the gun and self-released. But anyway, I had a proper fish today, and that's what matters. Even if I don't catch another fish for the rest of the season, which is only 2 weeks left, or 3 weeks left, then I'm not too bothered. I've had a good fish now. That's all you can ask for. So we'll see you again soon.